Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes to share with you for April polish pickup. This month's theme is video games, which there's a lot of fun, interesting polishes, so you'll see that very soon. But if you haven't heard of what Polish Pickup is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. Every month they come up with a theme. So for this month, for April, the theme is video games, and they create limited edition items. So you have nail polish, of course. There's other handmade items, so cuticle care products. Sometimes there's cat toys. Sometimes you see like wallets, little purses, a whole bunch of things like that. But majority of people shop for polish during this time. Polish Pickup always opens the first Friday of every month, and then they close that following Monday. So that Friday always open at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Products have a cap, meaning that there's only a certain amount of that product that is made. Not all products, but some do. And once they sell out, that is it. You cannot get your hands on it again unless by some miracle or chance the maker may add additional items or add additional products if they're able to get those ingredients. How you're gonna know this is their Facebook group. You gotta make sure that you're following Polish Pickup Pack on, I always mess this up, is it Polish Pickup Pack? It is Polish Pickup Pack. Make sure you're following them on Facebook. You'll see when products are getting low, when certain things are selling out, and if they do sell out, if a maker is adding more product to the cap. Now, this is a pre-order, so once the shop closes, you'll get your item or items within 3 to 4 weeks after the shop closes. Now, I have a lot of polishes to share with you, so let's get into it. First up, we have Cadillaquer, and this is the Killing Moon. It's priced at $14, and there is a cap of 900 bottles. It's inspired by Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom of Liberty. Now, I do not play video games, so I'm not going to know any of these references. Maybe like the very, very small amount that I do, like Mario, and probably that's about it. But anyways, this is described as a very deep eggplant cold, so it's a thermal, to orchid warm when it's warm, an orchid when it's warm, packed with light blue iridescent flakies. This is absolutely stunning in its cold state, and wait until you see it warm. It is gorgeous. I feel like Cadillaquer does a great job with their thermals. They're very contrasting, like it's either very, very dark or very, very bright. Now, I built this one up in 2 coats, 2 beautiful easy coats. It gave me this beautiful glossy squishy finish. Those iridescent flakies are stunning. They don't get lost in this deep dark color. Here it is when it's sort of transitioning, so you can see that beautiful orchid shade. And then right over here is where you're gonna see it just completely transitioned into its warm state. Absolutely stunning, and those iridescent flakies still pop against the base. Beautiful, beautiful shade. I think long or short nails, 2 coats is going to be fine for you. I think it's a beautiful polish, and usually I'm not that into thermals, but I'm definitely digging this one. Here is 2 coats of Cadillaquer, the Killing Moon, with a glossy top coat in all 3 transitions or 3 phases. Here is Eyed Lacquer, and this is Magic Minos, priced at $12.50, and there's a cap of 300. It's inspired by Tetris, which I know the game Tetris, but I just didn't know this reference or the name Magic Minos. This one is a deep indigo jelly with purple jade UCC flakes, black flakes, and hollow flakes. This is another beautiful polish. I ended up building this one up in 3 coats because it was definitely more on the jellier side, and I thought it was gorgeous. I actually ended up keeping this one on my nails. This is one of the last polishes that I swatched, even though I'm showing it to you in the beginning of this video. I think just being mindful with how you are polishing, so that you don't get any of those bald patches on your nails, just because it is a jelly base. So just being mindful with how you're polishing so that you don't end up with spots on your nails. But honestly, like you can see that here in real life, when I had 3 coats, you can even tell. So just keep in mind, obviously I am filming with brighter lights and it's super up close, but in real life it looked absolutely stunning on the nails. I am in love with all of the components that are in this polish. It just makes it look so, I don't know, like it looks busy and fun and but like a good busy, you know what I mean? And I'm the type to love those kitchen sink sort of polishes. The hollow flakes are so jam-packed. It just makes it look like a very packed starry night, if that makes any sense, with all of the hollow flakies. Those beautiful purple jade UCC flakes in here. Even though they are like sparse on the nails, you can still see them. Like they're still visible on the nail, which I appreciate. In love with this polish. It's gorgeous. Long or short nails, 3 coats. Pictured are 3 coats of Eyed Lacquer Magic Minos with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Garden Path Lacquers, and this is the World's a Little Blurry, priced at $13.50, and there is no cap, and this is inspired by a puzzle game, which I am not sure how to pronounce, but I will throw it up on the screen, and definitely check out the inspiration or the description when you are shopping. But this one is an ocean blue jelly accented with blue holographic micro glitter, blue purple shifting finely milled shimmer, and blue green aurora shimmer. So lots going on. Garden Path Lacquers in this formula always does a fantastic job. All those micro glitters just blend in so well together. This polish is so glowy. I was like at a loss for words for a second, but it is just super glowy. Like what you're seeing on like in this video is how this polish looks in real life. Now I did build this up in 3 coats, and I think long or short nails 3 coats is going to work for you. I love that subtle shift that this has, so it gives you that darker edge along the perimeters of the nail. I really think of it as like this like not deep, but this just like beautiful shining like ocean blue. Like it's so bright, it's so glowy. I'm just at a loss for words because it is such a beautiful polish, and Garden Path Lacquers does an amazing job with their micro glitter polishes. The past few that I've tried, and I'm usually like micro glitter and me, I know I've said it before, it just doesn't work for me. It just, I would rather pass and wear a different sort of polish with a different formula. But the ones that Garden Path Lacquers has been coming out with, it's just perfect because the micro glitters are so jam-packed in there, and when you paint your nails it just looks seamless. So definitely a fan of this formula with this specific brand for sure. Pictured are 3 coats of Garden Path Lacquers, the World's a Little Blurry with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Sweet and Sour Lacquer, and this is Extreme Fever. It's priced at $13, and there's a cap of $500, and it's inspired by I don't know if this is Peggle or Peggle. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I'm not sure what game that is. But this is a light purple jelly base with pink, orange, gold iridescent flakies and purple, blue iridescent micro flakies. Oh, I love this pink. It is so bright and fun. This is definitely going to be a spring and summer appropriate polish if you are a seasonal wearer. Now, I did build this one up in 3 coats because it is a jelly base, so it's going to take a little bit to build up, and I reached full opacity. So long or short nails, 3 coats is going to be best for you. This is such an interesting polish because it definitely gives you those metallic sort of vibes, but it also has this beautiful glow from within as well. It's bright, but it's not so bright that you wouldn't feel comfortable. Like if you're not used to wearing like neon bright colors, like you definitely would feel comfortable wearing this as like a brighter sort of polish, especially if you love like polishes that glow from within. I think this is just like perfection. I love the sunset sort of vibes that it gives off as well. And it's funny because like I wouldn't consider this a jelly polish looking straight on, like after a completed mani. Think of it more as a like not reflective as in like glitter, but just reflective because of all of the like iridescent micro flakies that are in here. It just gives me metallic vibes, and not in a bad way or a negative way. It's a gorgeous polish, definitely very different and interesting. So if you have a lot of polish and you're kind of looking to get something a little bit different, maybe this is not something that you might have in your collection, I definitely give this one a shot for sure. Pictured are 3 coats of Sweet and Sour Lacquer, Extreme Fever with a glossy top coat. Here we have Jen and Berries, and this is a Valley Girl. It's priced at $13.75, and there's a cap of $500. It's inspired by a winter scene in Stardew Valley. Now, this one is a pale pinky purple sheer base with intense bright pink, orange, gold green. So the green's at very extreme angles, shimmer, all of that shimmer, okay? So that pink, orange, gold, green shimmer, and a touch of violet micro flakies. This is just the glow is, there's so many glowy polishes. There's so many glowy polishes. I try to stay very neutral in these videos, but it's really hard when you have such gorgeous polishes. Longer nails, you may see a little bit of nail line, so you may want to use one of those VNL visible nail blurring base coats if you wanted to build this up. Obviously I have shorter nails with like the tiniest bit of nail line, and I didn't really see anything after building it up in 3 coats, but I know like my longer nail friends, you may see some more nail line than me. But honestly, this is the type of polish where I feel like it's okay if you have some nail line showing, because the glow is just out of this world. It is beautiful. It is stunning. Honestly, this would probably look beautiful as some sort of topper, or just like paired in combination with another polish. It's just one of those beautiful polishes that is very versatile. Pictured are 3 coats of Jen & Barry's Valley Girl with a glossy top coat. Here we have Zombie Claw, and this is Psychedelic Zombie, priced at $13.50, and there is a cap of 200. Now that's a really low cap for polish pickup. Usually I see higher caps. This one is described as an electric green blue shimmer base with an assortment of green, blue glitters, and purple stars. So definitely a fun polish for sure. I built this one up in 3 coats because it definitely is more on the lighter side. I feel like this is like pure shimmer in a bottle. I am not really the biggest fan of star glitters with any sort of polish, but I feel like with this one, it gives it, like, I feel like it doesn't look juvenile in this base. I don't anyways, and I would totally rock this with the star glitters. Probably one of the only polishes that I would wear with star glitters. I think it's very pretty. The glow is just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. This month is going to be really hard for some people, and I know it, and I'm probably not making it any better, but I can't deny that this is a beautiful polish. This definitely has topper capabilities, which unfortunately I apologize I did not show, but this would look stunning over a darker shade or even a lighter shade. Absolutely beautiful. As for the glitters coming out, I didn't really necessarily need to do fishing or anything like that. It's just the glitters are much larger. So when you are polishing, they are going to move around a little bit. So it's just kind of being, I don't know, like smooth with your brush and when you're placing the glitters. But as for like actually pulling them up out of the bottle, I didn't have any issues. It's just when you're polishing, thinking of the placement and the glitters kind of sliding around. But I mean, like, that wasn't a big deal for me. So if you don't like that, then just keep that in mind. Pictured are 3 coats of Zombie Claw, Psychedelic Zombie with a glossy top coat. Here we have Night Owl Lacquer, and this is Light Dragon, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 400 bottles. And it's inspired by the Light Dragon on the Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. This is a bright cyan filled with glowy copper, gold green shifting iridescent shimmer. Lots of glowy polishes this month, lots of them. Again, this is a more like thinner consistency, or, you know, just because it's a lighter base. So I ended up building this one up in 3 coats. So long or short nails, 3 coats is going to work best for you. And honestly, this is another polish where you have tons of like topper capabilities, which unfortunately I didn't show again, but just keep that in mind. So it's like a 2-in-1. This is absolutely beautiful. I achieved full opacity in 3 coats. Again, like I've been saying, my nails are on the shorter end. I do have just the slightest bit of nail line, and I didn't see it peeking through, even with all these bright lights and being super close. This is a beautiful polish for the springtime. It really does have a beautiful glow to it. Like from far away, you can see it glowing from within. You see that beautiful copper just peeking right through, and all of that copper and all of that gold just make this base look much lighter than what you see in the bottle. I don't think that's a bad thing. I actually like it, but it's not going to match what you see in the bottle because there's so much other components of this of all the shifting iridescent shimmer in there. So it's gonna look slightly different because you have so much shifty shimmer in this polish as well. But it is gorgeous. The glow is just beautiful. Pictured are 3 coats of Night Owl Lacquer, Light Dragon with a glossy top coat. Here we have Dawn Polish, and this is No Not Rainbow Road. This is priced at $13.50 and is capped at 600 bottles. It is inspired by Rainbow Road from Mario Kart, which I know. This is a black tinted jelly with assorted holographic glitters and blue multi-chrome. So very different than what we've been seeing, but I like that. It still has, I wouldn't say a glow, but a sparkly effect, which I guess glow, sparkly, kind of the same thing, almost the same thing. I love Dawn Polish and all the components that they always put in their polishes. I'm definitely one to love a busy polish, and this one is definitely giving me those vibes. Those circle holographic glitters just sparkle. Can you see that? I am not doing much and it is just like glowing and sparkly. I love it. I really do think of Rainbow Road when I see this polish, especially for those circle glitters. Now that black tinted jelly base, I wouldn't even think it was black. Honestly, just reading the description now, I was thinking this was like a purple polish. I wouldn't even thought that it was black. I mean, it is tinted black, but still, I think you have all those beautiful glitters in there and the blue multi-chrome, which obviously give it that lighter sort of like navy blue pigment. This is a beautiful polish. It has all of that glitter in there. So when you wear this, or if you wear this as a full-blown mani, keep in mind that you're going to want to use a glitter smoother and then your glossy top coat over it. Pictured are 2 coats of Dawn Polish, No Not a Rainbow Road, with a glossy top coat. Here we have Polished for Days, and this is Star Fragments, priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. And this was inspired by glowing Animal Crossing Island. It is a navy blurple base with pink, purple, and blue glowing iridescent flakes and a scattering of black flakes for depth. I love these sort of flakies and polishes. Cuticula made a polish, which I'm sure a lot of you may know way back when. I think it was a polish pickup polish called Dragon Glass, which this doesn't look like that, but it gives me those vibes, especially with those flakies. I know these are iridescent flakies, but I don't know, like I feel like they're not matte or they're not like opaque. They're obviously iridescent, so they blend in with the base from within, or like whatever components, whatever color is in the polish. But I don't know, something about these sort of flakies, the combination, I don't know, I love it. I'm obsessed. I love these specific type of flakies and polishes. This one was a fantastic formula. I built this one up in 3 coats, and I think long or short nails, 3 coats is going to work best for you. It does lean more towards the like squishier, jellier side, but I did reach full opacity in 3 coats, and I think longer nails you're going to reach full opacity too in 3 coats, because there's so much there's so many flakies in this polish. And I love how they added that scattering of black flakies. It says for depth, right? And I really truly do think it does give it depth. I just think of like, you know, like those crazy like movies or cartoons where like you're sitting at the edge of a cliff and there's another cliff, you know, in front of you, but there's this like giant crack or border, and you look down and it's just like nothing but blackness. Like when I see this polish, that's what I think of with these black flakies. It just like, I just picture dimension and depth, and not like in a scary way or anything like that, but like that's what I'm thinking about. Like you just get lost in the flakies, if that makes sense. Pictured are 3 coats of Polish for Days, Star Fragments with a glossy top coat. Here we have Polish, and this one is Yoshi, priced at $14, and there's a cap of 250 bottles, and it's inspired by the maker's favorite little dinosaur. This is a spruce green packed with bright copper gold green shifting micro flakies. Now, I did build this one up in 2 coats, but looking back now, I think maybe I could have added a 3rd coat. So if you have longer nails, I think 3 coats would work best for you. Short nails, I mean 2 to 3 coats, I think it's just going to be your preference. But I think looking back now, if I would have added that 3rd coat, it just would have made it a little more intense and brighter. But I was fine with 2 coats on short nails, but kind of would have wanted to see how it looked on that 3rd coat. But it's gorgeous regardless. All of that beautiful shifty micro flakes, oh my gosh, like it's just stunning. I see blue, even though it's not described in, or it's not part of the description. I mean, I guess you can say it's green, right? But we already have a green base, so I think it's playing off of that green base with the copper and then also the gold, and it's making it look a little more blue. In my opinion, I say blue, and I'm happy with that. The sparkliness for this is just so gorgeous. I love anything sparkly. I love anything with hollow flakies. I love anything with black flakies. I think if you watched a lot of my videos, you probably already know those three things. Or I love really busy polishes. So yes, I have a type of polish. This one is gorgeous. I think it's gonna look fabulous on anybody that wears it. I love how bright it is. I love the intensity of the shade as well. Pictured are 2 coats of Pahlish Yoshi with a glossy top coat. Here we have Cuticula, and this one is Portal, priced at $13, and there is no cap, and it's inspired by the Portal video game. This one is a soft blue Crelly base with green, blue, and orange gold shifting glass flakes, orange, red, large particle shifty shimmer, and matte black flakes. So a lot of things going on in this polish. A lot of different sort of flakies and shifty shimmers and all of that. I built this one up in 3 coats. I think long or short nails, 3 coats is going to work best for you. I honestly think my longer nail friends, you should reach opacity in 3 coats. There's a lot going on in this polish with all of those flakies and large particle shifting shimmer that it should conceal your nail line. So don't be fooled by the lighter sort of base or the crellier sort of consistency. Unless you have like a super prominent nail line, I don't really see it being a problem. This is such a soft, beautiful shade for the spring, but it also gives a little bit of something extra with those black flakies in there and just all the beautiful different colors. I can definitely see myself wearing this in the springtime, maybe even in the summer if I'm tired of wearing like my bright neon shades or something like that, just to kind of give myself a break. Very soft, delicate color. I can see a lot of people wearing this one, or a lot of people wanting to pick this one up because it's pretty. It is very pretty. Pictured are 3 coats of Cuticula Porto with a glossy top coat. Here we have Rogue Lacquer, and this is Dream Light, priced at $13.50, and there is a no cap. It is inspired by the forgotten, the inner child that may be dormant at times but is never alone and never forgotten. I don't know if that's a video game or if that's like a quote. Either way, I kind of like it. But this is a rich purple jelly base with purple to pink glass micro glass flakes and glowy purple sparkle shimmer. This one's very bright. Very bright. I did 3 coats, but honestly, I really didn't need to. I don't know what I was thinking. I think 2 coats is going to be perfect whether or not you have long or short nails. This is definitely a rich purple. My purple polish lovers, you are going to love this one. It is so regal. It is so rich. I was going to say rich and full of flavor, but like it is full of life on the nails. It is super glowy. We have so many glowy polishes this month. I think if you love purple polishes, this is like something that you need in your collection, because I don't know, I just feel like it's very different. In a sense where you have this, you definitely have a glow from within, you definitely have that sparkle, and you have these microglass flakies in there, which you can see when you're painting your nails, but when everything dries down, not that it's difficult to see, but it gives it doesn't give it texture. It just gives it this sort of magical sort of effect. Because the micro glass flakies blend in with the base. So it just looks magical. Pictured are 3 coats, really should be 2 because I forced it on the 3rd one, of Rogue Lacquer Dream Light with a glossy top coat. And the last polish that I have to share with you all is from Jior Courture. This one is called Game On, priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. It is inspired by a neon gaming sign. This one is a violet, pink, blue, green, multi-chrome magnetic with neon glitters in various colors and sizes. And I forgot on that first swipe that this is magnetic, so I need a magnet under my nail, which is my preferred method of polishing when I'm doing magnetic polishes. I ended up building this one up in 3 coats. I thought the base was going to be a little bit darker from me just looking at the bottle. Sometimes with magnetic polishes, you get a really strong pull, which requires you to build it up in 3 coats because all of the pigment gets, you know, drawn in to that magnetic line. So I had more of a browner, more sort of like super darkish eggplant, like in between an eggplant and brown shade. That is like a color. I think it's a color. I'm describing it as a color anyways. But this one was definitely fun. I love all of the neon glitters in here. I loved how the base, even though I couldn't really reach that full opacity, I wasn't going to do a 4th coat. I kind of liked how it looked here because you had that sort of lighter jellier base with this super bold like middle section, right? I personally liked it. I think it looked very different. I'm always looking for something different in my collection. So this one was definitely a fun one to work with for sure. Pictured are 3 coats of Jior Courture Game On with a glossy top. All right, so a couple of standouts for me. First, I'm just gonna mention Red Eyed Lacquer, and this is Magic Minos. I'm actually wearing it on my nails now, which I need a new mani because it's all chipped, so I'm not gonna show you those. But I swatched this and I was like, this is absolutely beautiful, so I kept it on my nails. The formula is perfect. I did use 3 coats to build it up, but honestly, after the 3 coats, it was just perfection. It gave me like this beautiful glow, this beautiful squishy sort of effect. It was stunning. I loved all the components in this polish as well. Second one is Dawn Polish, and this is No Not Rainbow Road. I just love Dawn Polish and all the busyness and all of the polishes that are created. This one was such a fun one to work with. I love those chunky glitters in there. I love the darkness and the deepness of the polish. It's just beautiful. And then the third standout is from Pahlish, and this is Yoshi. I love the name though. I can just like look at it. Like you can't see it on the angle that I'm looking at it now, but I see that beautiful blue glow. It's stunning. You can't see it. You can't see it on camera, but I can clearly see it in person. Pahlish makes amazing glowy polishes. I never have an issue with their formula. The shimmer, the sparkle, everything about this I am loving. Definitely a summer appropriate polish, even spring, and honestly like for the fall I'd think as well, just because of that green. But I mostly think of like maybe Halloween. I know there's some blue in there, so maybe not necessarily, but it's a beautiful all year round color and I'm in love with that beautiful blue shift. All right, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know if you have any of these items on your wish list, if you are planning on picking up any of these polishes, or if you have something different on your wish list. I have not gone on the polish pickup website. I usually kind of wait anyways until like the day before. When I first got into polish pickup a few years ago, I was on like the website as soon as shop opened, but most recently I've been kind of waiting towards like the end of the week, like usually Thursday before the shop opens, to kind of see and go through, see if there's anything that I want to add on my wish list. And it's just because I'm just so busy with like life, work, family, all of that. You probably hear the kids now. All right, let me end this before they come up. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.